Quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. You know what's interesting about lies? They work perfectly until they intersect with the mundane details of daily life. You can construct elaborate stories, create convincing alibis, manage your digital footprint flawlessly, but you can't control every small, practical aspect of existence. Like dry cleaning. My wife picked up dry cleaning last Tuesday, brought it home in the clear garment bags like she always does, hung it in our closet like she always does. Except this time, mixed in with her work blouses and my dress shirts, there was a man's three-piece suit. Expensive. Tailored. Size 42 long. I wear size 38 regular. I've never owned a three-piece suit in my life. But my wife picked it up from our dry cleaner, brought it home, and hung it in our closet like it belonged there. That suit led me to discover my wife had been doing someone else's laundry for 6 months, washing his shirts in our machine, taking his suits to our dry cleaner, bringing them back to our house, pressing them, then returning them to him the next time she saw him. She'd been playing house with her boyfriend using our home, our washer, our iron, our dry cleaning account. And I only found out because she forgot which closet she was supposed to hang his suit in. My name is Daniel. I'm 36 years old, and I work as an operations manager for a manufacturing company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I spend my days optimizing processes, managing inventory systems, and noticing when things don't fit the established patterns. I understand supply chains, tracking systems, and how items move through a workflow. I never thought I'd need to track the supply chain of men's clothing moving through my own house. I met Lauren 9 years ago at a friend's engagement party in downtown Minneapolis. She was working as a human resources specialist for a healthcare company, organized and detail-oriented in ways that matched my systematic thinking. I was the operations guy, always planning and optimizing. We understood each other's structure minds. We got married 8 years ago, bought a house in the Linden Hills neighborhood, a 1940s colonial with original hardwood and a finished basement. Lauren continued in HR, eventually moving to a larger hospital system. I advanced to senior operations manager. Combined income around $185,000. We were stable, successful, living comfortably. For 7 years, we had routines. Reliable, predictable routines. Lauren did laundry on Sundays. I handled the dry cleaning pickup every other Wednesday on my way home from work. We split household tasks efficiently, like the organized people we both were. Then about 6 months ago, Lauren suddenly took over the dry cleaning duty. "I'll handle the dry cleaning from now on," she announced one Sunday evening in late September. "You sure? I don't mind picking it up." "No, it's fine. It makes more sense for me to do it. The cleaners is right by my office. I can drop off and pick up on my lunch breaks. More efficient than you going out of your way." It did make sense. The dry cleaner we used, Premier Cleaners on Hennepin Avenue, was indeed closer to Lauren's hospital than to my manufacturing plant. Okay, that works. So Lauren took over dry cleaning. Every week, she'd gather the items that needed cleaning, drop them off on Monday, pick them up on Friday, bring them home in those clear garment bags. Nothing seemed unusual about it. Just a small adjustment to our household division of labor. But then I started noticing small things. The dry cleaning bills had increased. We'd typically spend $30 to $40 every 2 weeks. Now the bills were showing $70 to $90 weekly. Why is dry cleaning so expensive lately? I asked one evening while reviewing our credit card statement. "Work has been requiring more professional dress," Lauren said. "I've been taking in more blouses and dress pants. Healthcare administration expectations. You know how it is." It seemed reasonable. HR directors do need to maintain professional appearances. I also noticed Lauren had started doing laundry more frequently. Not just our Sunday routine, but additional loads on Wednesday evenings and sometimes Saturday mornings. More laundry. I'd comment when I heard the washer running on a Wednesday night. Just catching up on stuff. I've been letting it pile up. Again, reasonable. People do extra laundry sometimes. But here's what I noticed from an operations perspective. The volume didn't match the output. Lauren was doing more laundry loads, but I wasn't seeing more clean clothes in our closets. The hampers weren't fuller than normal. The washing frequency had increased, but the household clothing inventory hadn't changed proportionally. In operations management, when input increases but output stays constant, something's being diverted. Material is going somewhere it's not supposed to. I didn't think much of it at the time. Just filed it away as a minor discrepancy. Then last Tuesday, everything became clear. Lauren picked up dry cleaning on Tuesday instead of her usual Friday. She texted me around 5:30 p.m., picking up dry cleaning. Home by 6. I was already home, working in my home office. At 6:15, I heard the garage door open. Heard Lauren come in through the mudroom. "I'm home," she called. "Hey, I'm in the office." I heard her footsteps going upstairs. Heard the closet door in our bedroom open and close. Normal routine. She always hung up the dry cleaning right away. About 10 minutes later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. "Hello, is this Daniel Richardson?" "Yes. This is Margaret from Premier Cleaners. I have your wife here, and she's saying there's been a mistake with today's pickup." "A mistake?" "Yes. She's saying we gave her someone else's items by accident. But our records show everything was pulled correctly for your account. I have you on speakerphone. Can you confirm what items you dropped off this week?" I walked out of my office confused. "Lauren's there? She just got home with the dry cleaning 20 minutes ago." She came back. Says we gave her items that aren't hers. "What items?" "A man's 3-piece suit. Charcoal gray, size 42 long. Shows it was dropped off last Tuesday under your account. Picked up today. I don't own a 3-piece suit, and I'm definitely not size 42 long." That's what your wife is saying. But our system shows it was checked in under Richardson, Daniel, and Lauren, account number 4782. "Can I talk to Lauren?" There was a pause, some muffled conversation. Then Lauren came on the line. "Daniel, there's been a mistake. They put someone else's suit in with our stuff. Margaret says it was checked in under our account. That's impossible. It's not ours. Where's the suit now?" Another pause. I brought it back. "I'm at the cleaners now returning it. But you already took it home first." I didn't notice until I got home. Then I came back. Something wasn't adding up. "I'll come to the cleaner. Give me 15 minutes. "No, that's not necessary. I'm already heading out." I drove to Premier Cleaners. Found Lauren standing at the counter with Margaret, looking flustered. The 3-piece suit was hanging on a rack behind them. "Show me the suit," I said. Margaret brought it forward. Expensive fabric, clearly custom tailored. The label inside showed it had been altered by a tailor shop in downtown Minneapolis. "Can I see the ticket?" I asked Margaret. She pulled up the receipt on her computer. "Show me the drop-off record from last Tuesday." Drop-off date, Tuesday, March 5th. Account, Richardson, Daniel, and Lauren number 4782. Items, 2 women's blouses, Lauren. 1 men's dress shirt, Daniel. 1 men's 3-piece suit, Daniel. Requested pickup, Friday, March 8th. Actual pickup, Tuesday, March 12th. "It shows the suit was dropped off as ours," I said. Lauren's face was pale. "They made a mistake in the system." "Margaret, do you remember who dropped these items off last Tuesday?" Margaret checked her notes. "I wasn't working Tuesday, but the ticket was written by Kevin. He'd remember." "Is Kevin here?" "He's in the back. Let me get him." Kevin came out, a teenager, probably working part-time after school. "Kevin, do you remember this drop-off from last Tuesday?" Margaret showed him the ticket. Kevin looked at it. "Yeah, I remember. The lady came in with a big load. She had it all separated already. Her stuff in one bag, her husband's stuff in another bag, including the suit." "Did she say anything about the suit?" I asked. "She said her husband had an important meeting coming up and needed it done carefully. Made sure I marked it for pressing and heavy starch on the shirt." Lauren had gone completely white. "That's not possible," she whispered. "I don't remember." "You dropped off a 3-piece suit last Tuesday," I said quietly. "Told Kevin it was for your husband's important meeting. But I don't own that suit, Lauren." "So whose suit did you drop off under our account?" She didn't answer. "And more importantly, where is it now? You picked it up today, brought it home, then came rushing back here saying it was a mistake. Where's the suit?" "I left it at home." "No, you brought it back here. So you took it home, realized you made a mistake bringing it to our house, then drove back here to return it before I saw it. But I already saw you bring the dry cleaning in. You hung it in our closet. So where were you planning to take it after getting it from our closet?" She was crying now. "Whose suit is it, Lauren? I can't talk about this here. Then we'll talk at home. Let's go." I paid Margaret for our actual items. Left the 3-piece suit at the cleaners. Drove home with Lauren following in her car. When we got home, I went straight upstairs to our bedroom closet. The dry cleaning Lauren had hung up was there, her 2 blouses, and my 1 dress shirt. But something else was there too. Something I hadn't noticed before because I never really paid attention to Lauren's side of the closet. Hanging on the far left side of her section, partially hidden behind her work clothes, were 3 men's dress shirts. Different sizes than mine. Different brands. Clearly not mine. I pulled them out. All freshly pressed. All on hangers from Premier Cleaners. What are these? I asked Lauren, who'd follow me upstairs. She sank onto our bed. They're not yours. I can see that. Whose are they? His name is Richard. He's a doctor at the hospital where I work. You're doing his laundry? Yes. For how long? 6 months. 6 months. The exact amount of time Lauren had taken over the dry cleaning duty and started doing extra loads of laundry. Walk me through this, I said, sitting in the chair across from the bed. How does this work? How are you doing another man's laundry? She took a shaky breath. Richard lives alone. He's divorced. He doesn't have time to do laundry with his surgery schedule. I offer to help. How thoughtful. And where do you see Richard to pick up and deliver this laundry? At the hospital. During lunch breaks sometimes. Or after work. But that doesn't explain why his clothes are in our house. In our closet. I bring them here to wash them. Use our washer and dryer. Then iron them. Then take them to the dry cleaner with our stuff. You've been bringing another man's clothes to our house, washing them in our machine, ironing them with our iron, taking them to our dry cleaner under our account, then bringing them back here before delivering them to him. Yes. For 6 months. Yes. I stood up and went to our laundry room. Opened the dryer. Inside were 4 men's undershirts. Not my size. Not my brand. Opened the washing machine. 3 pairs of men's dress socks. In the ironing basket next to the dryer. 2 men's dress shirts waiting to be pressed. None of it was mine. You've been doing his laundry every week for 6 months. In our house. With our utilities, our machines, our supplies. Taking his stuff to our dry cleaner, charging it to our account, then delivering it back to him. I was trying to help him. Are you sleeping with him? She looked at the floor. Didn't answer. Lauren, are you sleeping with Richard? Yes. The word hung in the air. For how long? 6 months. So you started sleeping with him, and then started doing his laundry. Like you're his wife. It's not like that. It's exactly like that. You're washing his clothes, pressing his shirts, taking his suits to the cleaner, bringing everything home to our house to care for it, then delivering it to him. That's what wives do for husbands. Except you're doing it for your boyfriend while your actual husband is downstairs working, completely unaware. I didn't mean for it to happen. You didn't mean to develop a systematic laundry routine for your boyfriend? This wasn't a one-time thing, Lauren. 6 months of weekly washing, drying, ironing, dry cleaning. That's 24 weeks of deliberately bringing his clothes into our house. That's intentional. That's methodical. I pulled out my phone and opened her credit card statement. Showed her the dry cleaning charges. This is why the bills doubled. You've been putting his dry cleaning on our account. For 6 months. Using our money to clean your boyfriend's suits. I was going to pay you back. With what? Does Richard pay you to do his laundry? She didn't answer. He doesn't, does he? You've been providing free laundry service to your boyfriend while using our house, our machines, our money. Like his personal laundry service. Except you're not getting paid. You're just playing house with him using our resources. I walked to our closet and started pulling out all of Richard's clothes. The shirts. The suit from the dry cleaner that she'd tried to return. Everything. What are you doing? Packing up Richard's laundry. You're going to take it to him tonight. Tell him you can't do his laundry anymore. Because you're getting divorced. Daniel, please. I'm filing tomorrow morning. You've been having an affair for 6 months. You've been using our home as a laundry facility for your boyfriend. You've been charging his dry cleaning to our account. You tried to hide it today by returning the suit before I saw it. But you already made a mistake bringing it home. It was just laundry. It was intimacy. Caring for someone's clothes, washing their shirts, pressing their suits. That's intimate. That's domestic partnership. You've been playing house with Richard for 6 months while living with me. Using our home as the staging ground for your relationship with him. I handed her the pile of Richard's clean clothes. Take these to him. Tell him to find a real laundry service. One that doesn't operate out of someone's marriage. Where am I supposed to go after? I don't care. Hotel. Richard's place. But you're not staying here tonight. Not after I found out you've been doing another man's laundry in our house for 6 months. This is my house too. This is the house where you washed, dried, and ironed your boyfriend's underwear while I was working downstairs. You don't get to claim it's your sanctuary now. She packed a bag through tears, took Richard's clothes, left around 8 p.m. I sat in our living room, processing everything. For 6 months, Lauren had been doing Richard's laundry every week, bringing his dirty clothes to our house, washing them in our machine, drying them in our dryer, ironing them with our iron, taking them to our dry cleaner, charging them to our account, bringing them back home, then delivering them to him. She created a domestic routine with her boyfriend using our marital resources, and I've been funding it without knowing. The extra laundry I'd noticed, Richard's clothes, the increased dry cleaning bills, Richard's suits, the loads that seemed to disappear. She was taking them to Richard. She'd been operating a secret laundry service for her boyfriend out of our home. The next morning, I called a divorce attorney. His name was Robert Shun, specialized in financial infidelity cases. My wife has been having an affair for 6 months. I discovered it because she accidentally brought home her boyfriend's dry cleaning. Turns out she's been doing all his laundry at our house for the entire affair. She's been doing his laundry, everything, washing, drying, ironing, dry cleaning, using our machines, our utilities, our dry cleaning account. For 6 months, I have credit card statements showing double dry cleaning bills, testimony from the dry cleaner that she was dropping off men's suits that weren't mine, and physical evidence of his clothes in our home. That's unusual evidence, but it demonstrates systematic deception and misuse of marital resources. I want her to reimburse me for the dry cleaning bills, 6 months of charges for his clothes on our account, and I want primary ownership of the house. We can argue financial misconduct. She used marital funds for her affair partner's benefit. That strengthens your position considerably. Lauren was served with papers that afternoon. Call me crying. You're divorcing me over laundry. I'm divorcing you over a 6-month affair that you conducted while doing your boyfriend's laundry in our house. The laundry is just how I found out. It was just helping him. You washed his underwear in our machine, Lauren. You pressed his shirts with our iron. You took his suits to our dry cleaner and charged them to our account. You brought his dirty clothes into our home every week and returned them to him clean and pressed. That's not just helping. That's domestic partnership. You're being his wife while still being married to me. That's not fair. What's not fair is spending 6 months doing another man's laundry while your actual husband had no idea. What's not fair is using our washer, our dryer, our iron, our electricity, our water, our money to care for your boyfriend's clothes. The divorce proceeded quickly. Lauren tried to argue the affair was irrelevant. Robert presented the credit card statements showing $2,800 in dry cleaning charges over 6 months, double our normal spending. He presented testimony from premier cleaners about Lauren dropping off men's suits that weren't mine. He presented photos of Richard's clothes that I'd found in our house. Mrs. Richardson wasn't just having an affair, Robert argued. She was using marital resources to provide domestic services to her affair partner. She misappropriated marital funds, used marital property, and conducted this affair in the marital home itself. This demonstrates financial misconduct that should be considered an asset division. We settled after 5 weeks. I kept the house. I'd paid the down payment entirely from premarital inheritance. Lauren had to reimburse me $2,800 for Richard's dry cleaning charges. She got 25% of joint savings. No spousal support. 8 years of marriage ended because she brought home a man's suit I'd never seen. I heard what happened after. Richard and Lauren tried to continue their relationship. It lasted about 8 weeks. Turns out Richard had liked having someone do his laundry. But when Lauren moved into her own apartment and expected him to reciprocate with relationship effort beyond dropping off dirty clothes, he lost interest. He was used to her servicing his needs, not used to actual partnership. Lauren moved to a different hospital system, couldn't face Richard at work after the breakup. About a year later, I met someone at an operations management conference. Her name was Jessica. She was a supply chain director, understood process efficiency, appreciated logical thinking. On our 3rd date, she asked about my divorce. My ex-wife was having an affair. I found out because she accidentally brought home her boyfriend's dry cleaning mixed in with ours. Turned out she'd been doing all his laundry at our house for 6 months. Jessica's eyes widened. She was doing his laundry, everything, washing, drying, ironing, taking his suits to our dry cleaner on our account. She'd pick up his dirty clothes, bring them to our house, clean them, then deliver them back. For 6 months. That's incredibly intimate. Caring for someone's clothing. That's what I told her. She thought it was just helping. But doing someone's laundry every week, pressing their shirts, caring for their suits, that's domestic partnership. She was playing house with him, using our actual house. How did you find out? She picked up his 3-piece suit from the dry cleaner, brought it home, hung it in our closet, then realized her mistake and rushed back to return it before I saw. But I'd already seen her bring dry cleaning home, and the cleaner called me when she showed up claiming it wasn't ours. The whole thing unraveled from there. We've been together 9 months. Jessica does her own laundry. I do mine. Simple. Clear. No mystery garments. My wife's dry cleaning pickup had a man's suit I'd never seen. Size 42 long. I wear 38 regular. 3-piece, tailored, expensive. Hanging in our closet like it belonged there. Because for 6 months, our house had been her boyfriend's laundry service. Our washer. Our dryer. Our iron. Our dry cleaner. Our account. Our money. All used to wash, dry, press, and clean another man's clothes. While I worked downstairs, completely unaware my wife was upstairs ironing her boyfriend's shirts. 6 months of domestic intimacy with someone else, conducted in our home. And I only found out because she brought his suit home by mistake, and the dry cleaner called asking about the discrepancy. 1 suit, 1 wrong closet, 1 phone call, and 6 months of secret laundry service came to light. She thought she was being helpful. She was being a wife. Just to the wrong man.